Greetings, Muggles. That was about the extent of my.
That was your intro. You wanted to kill my I'm not mad at it. Everything's okay. We're talking about Harry Potter.
Conceal don't feel, Elsa. Conceal don't feel.
Today we're gonna be zen and peaceful. We're gonna be level-headed.
Yes.
We're gonna have a discussion.
Yes, we're talking Harry Potter, and you probably cannot pick him up from the mic because he's talking very softly right now.
I'm trying very, very hard not to lose my cool.
It is my job to make him explode sometimes.
God damn, do you make it hard. Good morning, Muggles. Good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. We're talking Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Yeah, no, this is the first time we talk about a book on video. So that's a new thing for us. Because we usually talk movies.
We talk movies and TV shows. We have kind of talked
video
comics
games.
Before.
We talk comics, but not actual. I mean, but
this is also
it's comics. It's comics for the purpose of getting
more information for a movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, this one's also it's a screenplay, so it's not like it's a novel. You know, it still reads very much. Well, yeah. It's a play.
By the way, if you're pissed that it's a screenplay, you can read that it is a script book, right? So don't yell and scream whenever you say, "Oh my gosh, why is this not a novel?" It says it's right there. It's a script.
I love that you're doing hand motion. We don't have a camera.
I'm so used to the camera.
You're holding. All right, now I want you to put in a little like just put in a graphic of a hand and a finger going back and forth like this, just to give the people an idea of what you were doing. Yeah, no, it's a play. You know, to harken back to the days of freshman year high school for a lot of people, where we were reading, you know, Romeo and Juliet and other Shakespearean plays. I say Shakespeare because those are the only plays I've ever read.
Yeah. Thank you, English teachers, for teaching me how to read a play. Now it finally came in handy.
For the first time in never. And what?
In never.
Words. For the first time ever, actually knowing how to read a screenplay for a play is actually come in handy.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, you kind of get the idea. Okay, so you know, it's a character's name. You know, the colon. All right, this is what they said. Italicized text is, you know, kind of actions or like just describing stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But knowing how a play actually like is read kind of actually helps out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a whole 3-minute spiel before idiot over here decided that we wanted to restart.
Yeah.
Because he didn't do the age-old line of "Good morning, Muggles," which literally took 2 seconds. We could have just done that at the end there.
I am sorry. It was so perfect. I didn't want to just not say it.
I hate you. But what I did say earlier was that reading The Cursed Child made me think back to when I was reading the original series way back in like middle school. Way back in middle school, like, you know, 7th grade or whatever. And so it's like, it was kind of weird getting like a flashback back to feeling like I was a 14-year-old again. I'm not repeating everything I said because it's not as, what's that all about?
It's, let me turn this off. Just keep talking.
So, yeah, no, it was kind of weird going back and like getting the same feelings as I did when I first read it, which was that of a, you know, 14-year-old going through puberty, blah, blah, blah. You know, hormones are fucking up your head. And then now, you know, 20-year-old and being like, feeling like you're 14 and puberty and hormones are fucking up your head. So it was a very weird experience to read through this again.
Yeah, it was. I mean, for the first time in a while, like I just felt like a child again, just reading the books. Just that sense of wonder that I got when I first saw like the first movie, back in 2001. I don't even
remember when I first saw the first movie for the first time.
I mean, because I remember I saw the movies in theaters when I was a kid.
Yeah, I've only.
Go ahead.
Sorry, no, I didn't mean to. You can finish.
And you know, just, I mean, I had this image because it's a play, so, and I've already seen some of the pictures of the cast members and everything. So just pretty much imposing that while I was reading, I could just picture the movie in my head of what these play is in this story, and it just and you know, especially that the first part of this book, it's very similar to what kind of what Harry went through in the Sorcerer's Stone.
Right.
So it's that
The-
same sense of wonder, like, oh, Hogwarts, and
It's
you
like-
have people and
Exactly.
everything and the magic, and it just
It reads like Harry Potter. It is
Yes.
Harry Potter. Like that's if nothing else, that's what this did really well. Is that it still feels very much like a Harry Potter story, and I really do appreciate that fact because I love Harry. I've never read the books more than once. I probably should go back and reread them, but I've seen the movies several times. I don't think I saw Deathly Hallows Part 1 in theaters. But I think that was the only one I actually saw in theaters. Everything else I've just seen on DVD.
really.
Yeah. That was before I was a huge movie person. So I didn't really have a whole lot of reason to go and see.
You probably just got all your movies from Blockbuster.
Actually, Redbox. Redbox is your best friend because you can just get it for $1 for the night, watch a movie with your family or friends, take it back the next day. It's as simple as that. So I've done that with a lot of movies lately, where I'll grab it from Redbox, watch it that night, take it back the next morning.
I'm too impatient. I can't wait. If I want to see a movie, I'm going to see it in theaters.
Yeah. I'm a patient man, occasionally.
Especially when it comes to like something like a franchise, like Harry Potter, Marvel, DC, Star Wars. And I feel those you kind of need to see in theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
But going back
But
to
I
the
mean-
book,
Go on.
yeah. So, by the way, we're going to talk full spoilers. So
Yeah.
if you have not read this thing,
That by the way, got cut when Numbnuts here decided to restart. We are talking spoilers, so we're assuming at this point if you've either read the book and you know what we're talking about, and you're going to follow along with us. You have not read the book and you're on the fence about wanting to buy it, and you want to find a reason to maybe go and get it, or then you have not bought the book and you don't care. In which case, thanks for the free view. But this is going to be a full spoiler talk. So, well, maybe not full, but we're going to go
mostly.
We're going to talk about a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
and we're not going to hold back on anything.
Okay. So let's start off with our main characters, which is
are-
not Harry Potter.
It's not Harry Potter.
It's Albus Severus Potter and his best friend, Scorpius Malfoy.
Which I'm always going to call him Scorpio, just because. Why not?
Scorpion King!
Scorpion from Get Over Here. Mortal Kombat.
So what do you think of those two?
It was very fun seeing their dynamic. Again, it feels very much Harry Potter. The entire book does, and I think you put it very well. Where it feels like kind of Philosopher's Stone, because it's the return to Hogwarts for the first time,
Yes.
kind of. Where it's the first meeting of new students in Hogwarts, and it feels very much like the sorcerer, whatever, the stone one, and just with their kids this time. All right, so hold on. It was Albus Severus Potter, and I forgot the other brother's name
James
already. James, okay,
and
it
Lily.
was James and Lily, I remember, and then Hermione's and Ron's kid
It's
was Rose.
Rose Granger Weasley.
That one.
Which, apparently Hermione went up in the world because she gets the Granger.
He gets the sick Granger in there as a little hyphenated
First,
last name.
yeah. First it's Granger, and then it's Weasley.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, all of our main characters from the original books, they're pretty well from themselves. I mean, Hermione is like...
She's, was it?
She's ministry,
It's-
right?
yeah.
I mean, she's the head of the ministry.
Ministry.
Harry
He's
it's like law enforcement.
Yeah, what are they called? The order? Something like that?
Or
Was it?
something.
I don't remember.
No, but he's here in law enforcement.
But he's basically a wizard police.
Yeah, Ron gets the store,
Yep.
which
Which I love.
it's
I love that so much that Ron gets to pick up the store.
kind of funny though how like Ron still acts like a child throughout the whole thing.
I mean, let's be honest. That's exactly what either of us would be like if we had kids.
That is true.
We will not grow up as soon after we get married and have kids. We are going to be the exact fucking same, and we're going to do the exact same thing to our kids and to our kids' friends and to each other's kids probably.
Yeah, that is true.
Just complete screwing around and
yeah.
Well, that kind of, you get what I mean though.
I like Professor McGonagall being head of Hogwarts though.
It's yeah. That was.
It makes sense. Although I feel like she would look like ancient.
I mean, she was already ancient when Dumbledore was there, and now she's sticking around. And, all right, so how many years have it been since the end of the last?
19.
After? It's been 19 years, and the old hag is still kicking. It's a good thing that this book has very blatantly is centered around magic and wizardry, because otherwise I would call witchcraft on that shit.
It is.
There's got to be some kind of anti-aging.
Hey, she got some cockroaches somewhere, maybe. You know, you never know.
I don't know.
A woman's gonna stay pretty, even over 100 years
you
old.
You would think that they would have started a little earlier than before, or than in their 90s. Woman's got to stay pretty because it's gonna look like a 90-year-old hag for the rest of my life, real quick.
Or maybe she has one of those. Maybe she gets like hidden in there, like that colors, like Melisandre.
Oh God! Oh God! The necklace, not the necklace. We're not talking to you Game of Thrones here.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about the necklace.
That's a different fantasy world.
Yes. But you know, by the way, I find it really weird that I see some people chipping Albus and Scorpius.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God! Why? I mean, okay, the same people probably shipped Harry and Malfoy back when the originals were
Or
out.
Captain America and Bucky.
Oh God! No.
Which that one makes more sense though.
I mean, a little bit, but not a whole lot.
But I mean, I like you said, the dynamic on these characters, these two are amazing. I think everybody's character is done really well. To the point, like, by the way, I hated Draco Malfoy. Maybe because he was supposed to be
He was supposed to be
hateful little.
He was supposed to
monster.
be an antagonist, not a villain, but an antagonist to Harry.
Yeah, and now in this book, I'm like, I'm sympathizing with Draco Malfoy and his son. I love his son right now. What is this?
I actually kind of had to put the book down for a minute when I realized that I sympathized with him. I was like, I'm not okay with this. What am I doing with my life? 14-year-old me would be ashamed of current me. Stop this.
Yeah.
And then I continued reading.
Although, would you be as mad as poor Albus is that if you got thrown into Slytherin of all the houses?
You forget that I actually am Slytherin?
Okay. So your father's a Gryffindor. Your mother's a Gryffindor.
Your dad's best friend is a Gryffindor.
Your father's dad's best friends. Your own brother. Your little sister.
And then you're Slytherin.
I mean, really. I mean, I don't blame the kid from going totally nuts and doing the whole time turner crap.
I mean,
Which
I am Slytherin. I'm completely okay with it. I willingly admit that I'm a twisted lunatic that deserves to be put in Slytherin. And it was funny just kind of seeing, like, I'm terrified. I don't want to be Slytherin. I don't want to be Slytherin.
Slytherin!
Fuck you, hack!
That was hilarious. I laughed quite a bit in the book. Like, there were some points where actually I was like laughing.
I mean, yeah,
I wasn't expecting that.
You run across that when, again, it's not a novel. It's a play.
Yeah.
So, it's supposed to have kind of a couple comedic
Moments.
I was gonna try and what am I looking for? Breaks.
Relief.
Yeah, that too. Relief. Where it's like it's supposed to not be super serious because eventually they kind of gotta break it down a little bit.
Now let's talk about the main story in this thing, which is a mess. Because goddamn time travel. Why?
Why is it always all right? What is it with Brits and time travel? Just why? Just stick to a timeline. And don't go fucking up the future by going, hey, I'm going to take a sports time. Wait, no, that's wrong. Don't go back and decide that you can just use time travel because you want to take more than one class for it. No, wait, no, that's the original series. Time travel.
Time travel, yes. Time travel it's a mess. Time turn is probably another thing. To save Cedric Diggory, which fails terribly.
Of course,
3 times.
Of course it does. Because sometimes a vampire's just supposed to stay dead.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, we find out that the girl that was helping them time travel was Voldemort's daughter,
Which, explain that. How the fuck did that happen?
and Bellatrix's daughter too.
Which means that Bellatrix and Voldemort got on and did the nasty at some point between, and also that she was born some point between both of those two kind of eating shit and dying.
She was technically she was born right before the Battle of Hogwarts. So could you imagine? It's like, we're going to battle. Baldy, I'm giving birth. My water broke.
Get over here and give me your hand so I can crush it. Oh God, it's a witch. Okay, let's go to war. Which also,
maybe that's why she lost. I mean, she had just given birth.
I don't know. It's fucking weird. It's so fucking weird. I don't know why.
Yeah. It's so strange. I mean, it makes no sense to have a kid.
Yeah, I do kind of feel that one was shoehorned in there, like to have her like, oh yeah, she was born right before the Battle of Hogwarts, and like she's like aged with all the other. It's like, huh?
No.
Why?
Not
What?
right. No.
No.
And then because that means that she was pregnant.
Right around the time that she killed
Dobby.
Dobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which that might explain why she was such a lunatic. All the pregnancy hormones were going straight to her head. This book and fucking what is it, Harry Potter and hormones in people? Jesus Christ! I've noticed a connection. I may have made it up on my own, but I've noticed a connection here.
Yeah, hormones. The hormones in Harry Potter, they go hand in hand all the time. But yeah, that was the thing. Really, honestly, I'm kind of happy. I kind of like the whole time travel thing to the Triwizard Tournament. Because, I mean, Goblet of Fire is... I mean, it's movie-wise. And even book-wise. Like, it's one of my favorites.
The movie... It was a great piece of cinematography. I liked the movie. It had a couple weird spots where like it didn't exactly follow the books. And you kind of get that with every book. But I mean, like... I still remember the first time I saw Goblet of Fire, the movie. It was right after I finished reading Goblet of Fire, the book. And the one scene that really pissed me off in the movie was the... Harry! Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? That's not how Dumbledore goes up to him. And he goes, Harry, did you put your name into the Goblet of Fire? It's a very calm, very restrained moment for Dumbledore. And the actor just goes, fuck you! What the hell are you doing, lad? You do not realize the danger that you're putting yourself into.
He's not Scottish, first of all.
Screw you! I'm doing what I want! Apparently blowing my voice. Ow, my throat hurts.
No, but I mean, because that's one of my favorite stories. Going back to it, this didn't really bother me that much.
Right.
And it's just funny how every time you go back to the past, like you just get the announcer, and now Griffin. No, what is it? Howard gave me a cheer. Durmstrang gave me a cheer. Beauxbaton gave me a cheer.
Yep. So it's like
I thought it was kind of fun.
It was fun going back and kind of reliving that. Maybe I should have gone back and reread the series again just to kind of like prepare for this better.
Yeah.
But there were a couple points where they like they went back in time and they was like they would do things and like they were very obviously callbacks to the original series. And I kind of have to like sit and think for a little bit like, how did that actually go again? Because there were moments where I did not actually remember how the story went in the original books.
Well, see, for me, Goblet of Fire is like so stuck in my head because I watched it like 20, 10, 15 times.
Right.
That, I mean, to me, it's like, oh, I know exactly where we're at.
The only one that's really stuck in my head like that is probably Order of the Phoenix. Just because I remember it was so thick and it was so long that getting through it, like I remember thinking to myself, I'm not going to reread this book within the next couple of years. I'm going to burn every little detail into my mind. That was the reason I got through it, was just because I fucking memorized the entire story of Order of the Phoenix.
Excellent.
So
no, that was.
But yeah, no, going back, it threw me for a loop every now and then. Just kind of like, was that actually how it went? Because it was like, after it's been how long since Goblet of Fire came out?
The movie came out in 2005. I think the book might have come out in like 2002.
So 14 years?
Yeah.
Excuse me. 14, 15 years, and it's like they're like I kind of remember like the broad strokes, overarching like plot points.
Yeah.
sometimes if you go back like with details, like whenever you introduce time travel to a story and you go back and like revisit things you've already done, if you don't do it, if you change things, but like you try and like keep the broad strokes the same, I normally kind of like let it go, but with Harry Potter, I'm like, was that
Yeah,
actually the
actually,
way it
yeah.
went? Was that like word for
Yeah.
word how this like interchange went between these two people? And I would go back and check it again, but I'm
But
too
no,
lazy.
no, yeah, no,
Way
no. Ain't
too
nobody
lazy.
got time for that.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I remember when I started reading, and Amos goes to Harry's house, and he said, Amos Diggory. I'm like, Diggory? That sounds familiar. Who's Diggory? Who's Diggory? And like in my head, I'm like, who the hell is this?
You may know him better as Edward Cullen.
And then he's mentioned Cedric. I'm like, oh, okay, I know who this guy is.
Yeah, right. The other Triwizard was the dude that just kind of gets offed by Voldemort at the end.
Yeah, just a spare.
Spoiler for a 14-year-old story, but
Yeah. Again, we said we're going to talk
Okay.
spoilers, and if we're talking spoilers of the last book, it's spoilers for everything.
yeah.
Then what do we also have? We had Harry having to go into. Well, no. First of all, I want to talk about one of the alternate timelines where Scorpius goes to, where everything's
Was it-
bad,
Oh yeah, right.
where Voldemort is king.
Which that was I kind of saw that coming. It's like it's
Eventually,
kinda
yeah,
it's a stereotype of like, ooh, parallel timelines. We're in the good one, and then there's a bad one, and we're gonna go explore the bad one. It's like I kind of saw that coming.
First of all, I didn't know Umbridge could live that long,
Yeah,
and I thought that bitch was dead.
I'm gonna be honest. I hated her so much. In my head, I implanted the idea that she died at the end of
Order of the Phoenix.
Was it Order of the Phoenix?
Yeah.
That was like one of the things. Like,
But she was in
I-
Deathly Hallows.
I know, but like for whatever reason, I put in my head like she's dead, and I remember going like, "Oh no, yeah, no, she's still alive here. Fuck that bitch."
That's what happens when you mess with timeline.
Timelines, man.
Yeah.
You have one like story, and then you're like time travel. What? Oh, just 90-degree turn in the other direction.
So it's just funny. So that timeline, Voldemort is king. Was it Malfoy has Harry's job?
right.
The head of law enforcement.
Law enforcement or
Yeah.
wizard police,
Yeah.
as I call them.
What else? Umbridge is principal at
Right.
Hogwarts. Diggory turned into a murderous asshole.
Uh-huh.
And Scorpius is king of the school.
Yep.
Which,
Which
to
Yeah.
him, it's like amazing. He's like, yeah, I'm king!
I'm
but
king!"
I don't
To-
like this place.
to quote Disney, "Oh, I can't wait to be king." I can't sing, so whatever. But you know what I
Careful
mean.
what you wish for, kids.
So and then his dad died. No, wait. That's Lion King.
Oh my-
No, wait. That was
Uh,
Hamlet, and then it was Lion King, and now it's this.
Yeah, no, I do kind of. My favorite part of this whole thing was seeing reading about Severus Snape.
Yeah, see, you know the thing like you see like words and it's like then you like start vividly hallucinating when really all you do is you're looking at ink on a tree. Congrats.
Severus Snape was back,
That was
and to me that was like, yes. He's like, but please remember, do you know? Like, come on, that Lily Potter, and like you still loved her. How do you know that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Although it kind of felt a little quick the way he
Yes.
convinced him that.
It was like I know everything about you. Okay,
Yeah, let's go to the underground and
yeah, let's go take care of this.
yeah.
So again, when you kind of start messing with time travel and alternate timelines, you end up with like those like. I know what they were going for.
Yeah.
It all felt very rushed and a little C word. What am I looking for? Cliche.
Yeah.
Kind of like just the way. Like I know they were trying to kind of like put a spin on it, but it felt like a story. Ooh, that felt nasty. It felt like a story that I've read before.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things, but I think in general especially the first half of this book felt a little rushed.
Yeah.
They were really rushing through a lot of things. I mean, even the beginning, they're like, oh, you're 1, you're 2, you're 3, you're 4. You're like, wait, hold on a second, what's going on? Although I think towards the end it starts, taking a little
kinda like-
slowly, just
Yeah, it settles into a pace where kind of like it's able to give you a story and still I don't know. It's not that you can catch up with it, but it's like, well, maybe you kind of can. It's like it still gives you the story, but like it doesn't do it where it's like, hey, remember this thing? All right, cool. Now this thing, and then this thing, and then the next thing happens, and then somewhere in a different room. Oh, and now it's like hey, look, man, time turners, right? Time travel, it's great.
Yeah.
And then hey, now we're back in our role. It's like it doesn't like really like throw you through the ringer as quickly, and I do like how it settles into a play. I can't talk today. I'm sorry. It settles into a really like comfortable pace for itself, where like it gets the story across, and it's like it feels like a Harry Potter story. I gotta stop playing with that. I'm just making unnecessary noise. But you also gotta remember that this was a play, and like you can't have the whole thing be like a 4-hour long play because people are gonna get bored and leave and just get out. So it's like I kind of understand like the first part was like the setup. And they had to get through it. And then after that, it's like, all right, now we can see the payoff.
Yeah, the payoff with the whole prophecy and Delphi.
Yeah. So it's like, but if the first part had been taken slower and it wasn't, I admit it was a little rushed, but if it had been taken slower and they'd gone into detail on everything, detail on everything, I feel like that would have stopped a lot of readers. I don't think I would have gone through it. Like I remember, I'm trying to remember which book it was now. Fuck.
Like Lord of the Rings? It's all details?
Well, yeah. Okay, yeah, sure, that's a good example. The first, 200, 300 pages of Lord of the Rings Fellowship Ring is just, here's the world, here are the people, here are the creatures, here are how the people and creatures interact with each other, here are how the people interact with each other, here's the places, here is, random family members. Here it's so much world building and setup. But after you get past that, it's actually a really good story. But I've read the first 2 books of Lord of the Rings. The first book took me 6 months to read, just because I couldn't get myself. I knew if I'd done it from the beginning and just skipped all the setup and just gone straight to the story part, I probably would have been through it in a week. But I felt like I kind of need to get through all the setup for it and stuff. I'd read 2 or 3 pages at a time, put the book down, come back later.
Yeah.
So it just took me forever to get through the first part of it. But then after that, it gets going. So they avoided that, which I'm thankful for. They might have been a little bit too quick with it, but they got what they wanted out the door, and then they got with the story.
Yeah, it was sufficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was.
That's a surprisingly good way of putting it. It was sufficient.
Yeah, I mean, really, I wasn't expecting this to be as in depth as the other book, especially because you see the book is only 300 pages.
Yeah. Excuse me. Jesus, it's a 300-page
play.
Yeah. Which means that there's a lot of empty space between lines.
And
occasionally, most dialogue is going to be 1 line long. There's not going to be a whole lot it's not going to describe things. So it's a 300-page play. It's more of a 150-page novel. It'd be a short little story. So you can definitely get through it very quickly, though.
Yeah, I mean, so leads me to another thing. Do you think they'll make this into a movie? Can they even make it into a movie? Or movies?
If they do part 1 and part 2, I'd be a little bit annoyed. I can absolutely see them do that.
As long as they don't go to 3 parts.
Yeah, as long as the second part isn't split into 3. Looking at you,
Hobbit.
Hobbit. What was the new one that just came? The Divergent? Was that what it was?
Divergent, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Trilogies that turn into 4-part trilogies. I don't know. I can see. Alright, so question. Have they done a world tour of the play yet? Or has it just been,
first of all, it's just in London.
It's just London.
For now. I mean, I hope
I can see them doing a world tour of the play. Having the actual cast, travel the world and actually do the whole thing. I can see them doing that first. And if that's got a good reception, they might have those people do a movie. Do I see them doing a movie just because, oh, hey, the screenplay so well, the book was, did really well? No.
I think that I was thinking that differently. I would not use the same cast from the play.
No, you wouldn't?
I would use the original cast from the movies.
Well, okay, I'd use, obviously, Daniel Radcliffe for old Harry, Emma Watson for old Hermione, and what was Ron's actress name?
Rupert Grint.
Rupert Grint. I'd use those three for the grown-up version of themselves. I feel
What
like
about Tom Felton?
Yeah, okay, probably. But like, I'd have the kids all be the play actors, because like those are gonna be the ones that like.
Yeah, but okay, if they make a movie and they tour the world worldwide, first of all, that play needs to stay in a city for a few months.
Yeah.
So by the time you get worldwide, or at least throughout the Western world,
Which is, let's face it, that's probably what they would do.
yeah, and that's
They do Europe and Americas.
yeah, that's
I don't see
still
them
a
going.
lot.
I don't see them going into Asia.
Yeah, that's still a lot of time.
Yeah.
By that time, the kids are gonna be the age of the kids are gonna be the age of their parents in the current child. So you gotta have new kids.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I would appreciate if they did make if it was a single movie that had both parts in it. I'd appreciate it. I'd go watch it immediately. But I don't know how much. I don't know. I'd like to see a play of it first, because that's what it was. That's what was first, and the book kind of was an afterthought.
Do I think they cannot do the Snape part as well? I mean, they have to recast for that,
You had to make
and
me sad.
that's
You had to make me sad with that.
that's gonna
They
be.
could just-
those are some tough shoes to fill.
They could just do what they did with in Furious 7 with Paul Walker. They can just CGI Alan Rickman's face onto it.
Yeah, but then you got into ethics talks in there. The ethics of that.
Do you want to pay homage to the greatest actor in Harry Potter, or do you want to have people be angry that you recast the greatest actor in Harry Potter? Make a choice here now, because those are your two options.
No,
Have
but
a
it's
new-
hard. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a hard decision. Like, either way, people are gonna be pissed at it.
I'd go with CGI. I go with the CGI and just like, hey, we know Alan Rickman is not actually around anymore, very obviously because he's dead. But we didn't feel it would be appropriate to his character to have anyone else play it. So here's a CGI version of him of his face on another person, with our best impersonator doing his lines.
Yeah.
Like that, I'd be okay with that. I give them a pass on that, because it's like
probably will.
it's more of like we respect Alan Rickman enough to keep his character as him,
Um,
rather than he's dead, the show must go on, here's a new guy.
I mean, it's because they recast Dumbledore.
Well, that guy also kind of died, didn't he?
Yeah,
that was also before the age of CGI facial technology.
that is true.
So, they didn't have a whole lot of choice there.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll watch a movie of this. I mean, I would just wait till the original actors are old enough. Then you cast the children and
Yeah, I guess.
start making the movie, or at least the two movies that you would need
Oops.
for this. So I feel like if you make one movie, it would be too long and too rushed.
Yeah, I guess.
If you make two, I think you can take a nice pace for both and just make them like 2 hours each,
Yeah.
instead of having like a 4 or 5 hour
Super film,
super film that it won't work.
I guess. I don't know. I would absolutely still go see it. I would love to see the play. London is expensive as fuck.
Yeah,
there's-
and tickets are sold out, so it's not like you're gonna get some anyways.
Yeah. So I would absolutely love it if even if they contracted it out to some other what is it? It's not like a studio when it's a play, is it?
No.
If they give it out to another crew,
Mhm.
and they're like, hey, we're sanctioning this, you can have a go at it, go put on a play for people in America. I'd be okay with that, and I'd probably go
Yeah, in
watch
New
it.
York City.
Yeah.
That's also not the cheapest of flights.
Yeah. You can just drive up there. It only takes 2 days.
Yeah, sure. It's 19 hours from here. It's fine.
It's totally doable. Just God,
It's
don't
great.
ever drive up to New York.
It's great for Pokemon Go though. Like, you know how many Pokemon you're gonna find on the way?
That's about the only thing though. You're gonna run out of Pokeballs at some point though. I think-
Pokestops. Just stay at a Pokestop for like a day. Just refill. Keep going.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, but yeah, no, I love it. It's Harry Potter. It's Harry Potter.
It's Harry Potter. Like it was great. I fell in love with it. I know there's some issues with it. I mean, as there were bound to be, especially since it's a different medium for it.
Yeah.
But as for a first time Harry Potter play, it's turned out damn good.
Yep.
It's I would totally if you're a fan, you probably reread it. You probably bought it. You didn't really care.
If you're somehow this far into us rambling on about how great it was, you're probably a fan of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been on for what, 35
Yeah.
minutes? We can probably kill us here soon.
Yeah, I mean it's
Wrap
JK just said that this is the end. Like the end of the Harry Potter story.
Well, she also said that when she finished
Deathly Hallows, yeah.
And then
But I mean it wasn't much of a Harry Potter story. I mean, he had Harry Potter in it, but this was Albus and Scorpius' story.
Yeah.
Not Harry Potter's.
I guess.
I mean, it was Harry Potter's at the end. But that's about it.
But hey, same thing's gonna happen in a couple of years. That happened. She finished Deathly Hallows, said, "This is it. Harry Potter's done. I'm leaving it alone." Then she got down the line. She's like, "Oh shit, I'm running out of money. Make another one." I give it 10 years, and we'll see another. Maybe not a play, maybe not a novel, but we'll see maybe a short story or something.
She releases short stories all the time.
Of Harry Potter?
Through Pottermore. I mean, not Harry Potter himself, but about the world.
Oh. I should probably go check out Pottermore more often.
Yeah.
Shit, I haven't been on there in ages.
And especially now that Fantastic Beasts is coming out, and she's trying to build up the American Wizarding World.
Right.
Which, I mean, I'm very excited to see that movie. But, I mean, Cursed Child satisfied my Harry Potter need.
It'll tide. It's like the appetizer before a meal that you've really been looking forward to. It'll tide you over, but as soon as it drops, you know that you're gonna just devour.
Oh no! I know. Like as soon as Fantastic Beasts comes out, I'm gonna be there opening weekend and like watch it and love it.
I hope you have tickets already then.
And be blind.
Blind with love.
I'm gonna be blind with love, and then 10 years later, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it probably wasn't so great, but it's Harry Potter, so I don't care.
But it's Harry Potter. It's amazing how much of a cultural phenomenon Harry Potter's been. Between the books, the movies, the plays, the fucking theme park, it's just amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing what she's done.
And nobody wanted the rights to this book.
She's basically done what Disney did when he was starting up. He's built an empire out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of sold it to Warner Bros. And Universal, but at the end of the day, her name is still the one that's like kind of associated with it.
Oh yes, I mean she sold some of the movie rights.
Yeah.
And I mean that's about it.
Isn't the park also like she gets like I think 10% from the park.
Yeah, she gets some revenue from that.
But it's like overall it's still like it's a Universal.
And now that she's a screenwriter from Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, which is just nothing but good news for the movie.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the only thing that keeps me optimistic about the movie is that if anything else, I am sure that it's in safe hands because she wrote it.
Right.
It wasn't someone else trying to make anything up with the Harry Potter world. It's like it's hers.
Right.
And if the curse has an indication, is that she still got it.
Yeah, it's just nothing but good news. It's a good day to be a Harry Potter fan.
It's good to be a fan of anything nowadays.
Nerds can finally rule the world like we were meant to from the very beginning.
Yeah. It's funny, you asked 10 years ago, you mentioned Star Wars and...
Okay, but no, Star Wars is not a fair assumption because Star Wars has always been huge. Even non-nerds have enjoyed Star Wars.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, 10 years ago when Star Wars had the original trilogy and had the prequels being a very new thing.
Yeah.
Where it was just another franchise.
Well, okay, but I mean, when you gotta remember when they were making Star Wars, they had to call it was like Blue Harvest or something. They had to call it something completely different because if they called it Star Wars Episode 1, people would have lost their shit and they would have been like camping out at the.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they do that for every movie.
Yeah, but so it's like as back then, also before the internet, before TV, people go watch the same movie 4 or 5 times in theaters just because like that's what people did. So Star Wars was like that was like the first time where like nerd culture was a phenomenon to like more people. Like so it's kind of like to the general populace because kids wanted to go see it. Then they talk about it to their friends, and those friends want to go see it. Then all those kids will talk about it to their parents, and their parents will be like,
I mean,
okay.
the parents have to take all the kids, so
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go.
So it's like you kind of ended up with like just everyone loving Star Wars because it was one of those things that it grabbed the nerds' attention, and the nerds loved it so much that they kind of spread that love to everyone. And like Harry Potter has done the same thing now.
They started off with a small
Just-
book. People liked the book. Then when the
Then-
movie came out, then everybody went to see the movie, and then the subsequent sequels came out, and everybody started reading those books. Books and movies kept breaking records,
And now there's a theme park.
and now there's a theme park about it. Yeah,
Yep. So
it's funny.
she's done pretty well for
Do you think
herself.
it's kind of funny? We got a Harry Potter theme park before a Star Wars theme park.
I mean, sort of, but we have had Star Wars rides in Disney though. We had the there was that thing. I don't remember what it's called. It's like just like Space Journey or something.
Yeah, but it's only a ride.
I mean, yeah, but at least it was an attraction before any of the Harry Potter stuff was.
Well,
Which is to still say it's amazing that they got their own park before Star Wars. Harry Potter is basically bigger than Star Wars, but also Disney owns Star Wars, and Universal was able to get the rights for the
for the
Harry
I mean,
Potter.
that's the Universal Studios. I mean, the theme park. It's pretty much just a dumping ground for everything that's not Disney.
Yeah, it's like there's Disney and not Disney,
Yeah,
so it's pretty great. I will say that I kind of forgot that. I kind of forgot that Universal also has Nickelodeon. Don't they?
yeah.
So,
think so.
I remember I went back to Universal. It was like last summer sometime. We went to Universal and no, it was spring break. We went to Universal and I remember seeing a lot of Nick stuff around. I was like, what the hell is Nickelodeon doing here? Oh no, wait, right, Universal owns them.
Yeah.
It was kind of like because even as a kid, we watch TV channels. It's Disney, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network's never gonna have their own theme park, but then you have a Disney park, and then you have a not Disney park, which is Nickelodeon. So I was like, I just kind of, I don't know. I thought that story went nowhere. I thought it was funny in my head.
Yeah, that was some. Anyways, I think we went around for long enough.
We've rambled for a while. That's
Yeah.
like 40 minutes. Hey, congrats on the extended periods of nothing but content.
You've made it to the end of this video.
First,
Congratulations.
the 50-minute Pokemon talk from a couple days ago, and now this. Jesus.
We needed to get something out of our system.
Yeah. We need a fanboy, and this is a good reason
Yeah.
to do it.
Excellent place.
If you did watch all the way through, thanks. It's nice to know that someone actually watches our stuff.
Comment down below if you like the movie. The book.
Yeah, no, hey, wouldn't it be great if we saw them, if they had a movie of this? Hey, comment if you like the movie.
On a side note, if you made it this far, I'll have a little announcement.
Oops.
I am making a video on every single Harry Potter movie, starting at the beginning of September. I'm gonna make a movie every weekend for every movie leading up to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So look forward to that.
So it's just a little tiny taste of what you'll get later
Yes,
on.
don't worry, they're not gonna be 50 minutes. They're gonna be less than 10. I
Yeah.
promise. I swear.
We've been rambling on for a while.
Yeah, I'm too lazy. I'm gonna be in school. I don't have time to edit 50 minutes of video.
Anyway, seriously though, thanks for watching. We're gonna end this here because if we find a reason to start again, we're just gonna keep going forever. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.